down here doing some research, right? Trying to fix that reel. It's got a little clickety clackety clackety clickety going on. Little noise. Can't figure out exactly what it is, but I tore into it. I know, you joined in for the Carbonlite 2.0. Hang on, I'm gonna get there. You know me and my videos. So I went into this thing and I don't know, I was looking for something. The only thing, I still think it's something to do with in here. So I kind of re-lubed, and I actually had it so stiff that it was as bound up as like what that Aldebaran 22 feels like. And although it's a little freer right now, I think it'll free right up just once I go out and start fishing, but I kind of re-greased everything. Now, one thing I did that probably won't help the clickety clatter, but will help it feel freer overall in the long run. While I was in there, I went ahead and dug in and replaced these two bushings for bearings. And that's what some people have been recommending. And this is the second reel I got. The first reel I got was when somebody had recommended that, and I'm like, why would I want, like, it doesn't even need to be any freer. This reel, for some reason, this Zillion has never felt as good as the first one I picked up. It feels good, but it's just like when you fish one and you fish the other one just has just a touch. I don't even know how to explain it. It just feels a touch better than this reel. But I don't know what it is. Everything looks fine internally that I can tell. So I think it's just a matter of, not everything, even though they're the same exact thing, not all things are created exactly equal. They all have their ups and downs and whatever. So I don't have any issues with this reel. If I'd never owned the other one, I wouldn't think there's anything wrong with this one. But I can't really tell you right now. I'd have to, and it's like on a water thing. Up here, bench test, you can't even really tell the difference. It's like out on the water when I cast and the retrieve mainly, there's something about this one over the other one that is lacking, and I cannot put my finger on it. They both kind of make a little noise like fishing chatterbaits, especially as they get closer, to the rod. But this one's always just not been as equal to that other one. So I've got other bearings. I was going to do the other one also. I'm like, well, I might as well do it now while I'm in the mindset of doing that, but I don't want to do that because I'm going to get out and compare it and see if I can actually tell that this one's smoother and freer now than the other one, and it's got still has as far as I know, it has bushings. I haven't torn in that reel because I had no reason to. It's fished, worked fine ever since I got it. No, if it ain't broke, don't fix it kind of thing. So this one, while I was in there just to re-lube, and that's what my thoughts were, maybe there's parts of it that are dry, letting stuff clatter in there, but everything looked like it was kind of lubed like it was supposed to be. I gave it a little extra lube, if you know what I mean. So we're going to get out and fish with it and see if I fixed it. Possibly putting the bearings in could have made it worse if it just, sometimes metal clatters more than the plastic would have, and when as you add more metal kind of deal. So we will find out. Feels good. I can't tell you that, oh man, that feels smoother than it did. It felt smooth before. It felt free before. It honestly felt a little bit freer, but it felt about as free as the other one. Right now, I lobbed it with some grease, but anyway, it should be good to go. But that's not what this video is about. If you guys remember right, let's track down my Carbonlite story. I got the whole world in my hands, right? No, I bought the whole combo. Carbonlite 2.0, 6.9, medium heavy with 7.5 to 1, 2.0 reel to boot. The reel within 2 days, like gears grinding to turn to I don't know what's going on with that reel. I'm hoping for everybody that has them or whatever, and I notice they do make noise like the ones I've seen Matt's and and a lot of your cheaper reels do. They tend to have just a touch of a geary noise over the higher end ones, especially like the Zillions and some of these that come with the hyperdrive and the digigears and all that kind of stuff, right? But that reel, not for me. I didn't really want to try another one. So if you remember, I got I had to return the whole thing. They wouldn't just like split it up. So I had to go, if I wanted this, I had to spend $100 and ends up being about $130 with tax. Well, while I was doing that, I thought, well, try the 6'6" before you decide. So I tried the 6.6 medium heavy, good rod, not as good as what this 6'9" medium heavy, in my opinion, for chatterbaits, for what I want to use it for. This will be better off overall for like bottom contact jigging a little bit. Just that 6'9" length. For medium and up, I like something longer than a 6'6", but not up to a 7 foot. I know, it's like that little niche area. So 6'9" is perfect. But so what I basically did was I exchanged the 6'6" medium heavy for, I didn't even know they made one until I looked it up, a 6'6" medium light. You guys may not have either, because I don't think Bass Pro Shops has ever carried one. So I basically had to have it ordered, and I didn't think it would be here this fast. Let's hope it's not broke. So without further ado, and there's a box, you can see the tube. Hang on here. Let's just pull her out. This end, open sesame. So there you see it, 6'6" medium light. Do not be broke. Do not be broke. And one other thing, do not be splined wrong. That's one thing about not being able to set and fill them. Let me check this before I pull it out of the wrap, so maybe send it right back. I don't know. I can't tell for sure in the wraps. So anyway, this rod was also, I know, it's a lot of money for a medium light rod, considering you can get them a lot cheaper, like 40 bucks cheaper. As far as like you can get the DMX, which is an awesome rod, but I really like this rod, the 6'9" for the application. So I'm hoping I like this 6'6" medium light also. Let me just go ahead and take this wrapped off. I'm gonna fill this thing. I don't even know how. I don't know. I've already. I guess I can just rewrap it exactly how it came if I feel that is way off. Where is the... I can't tell where it's... Oh, I think they seal it, like they got their machine that seals it in the wrapping. Let me see. So yeah, I think it's got a... I don't think it's wrapped exactly on spline, but I don't think it's far off. I think it'll work. So let's open it up. And a lot of guys don't even like mess with worrying about that. But honestly, for accuracy in casting, I don't know. That's what I've heard, and that's what I feel that it probably is true, that when you rear back and you're casting, if it's could anyway. But I feel anything, just like you guys had those good old guns, the sights are always off, but as long as once you're used to hunting or just shooting in general with it, you tend to hit your targets no matter what. You just get used to something. It's kind of like that with any of this rod and reels, you get them, and it just takes a while to, even when you switch from one back to the other, it takes just a few, sometimes it's just a few casts, other times it's a little time on the water to get the, it feels good though. I like the, yeah, I think it's gonna work. Let's see what the ratings are, even though I read them originally on the deal. So my plan is to put one of these reels on here that can handle, I'll probably put 15 pound, but I'll use leader material, you know, up to probably 15, because it says 6 to 14, but I'll probably be more like, well, it depends. I'll see what I get a feel for it and what I think it can handle, but it'll probably be more like a 10 pound test, but I'll try to run 15 pound braid, so I don't, my main line's never going to be a worry, just a leader, right? 16th to a half ounce. I don't know if it'll throw a 16th. Yeah, I guess it would. 16th be a little tough. 16th ounce shaky head with the weight on it. Whoa. So as we get out here, I'll just quick video. And some of these come, if you guys notice that where that there could be gray, just as gray, light gray as the handle material, or it could be this dark burnt looking color, which I've noticed the ones up at Bass Pro Shops, you just never know which one. They're like either way. So the reel seats, I believe on these are the same length, I think. Yeah, so they're roughly the same. Blank, definitely thinner on the other one. The true, trying to get the true, yeah, it's like basically one guide difference, you know, the 3-inch difference is, I don't even know if it's a true 3 inches, but that 6'6" medium heavy is the same way. The tip ends right here, and so you got that is roughly, I guess that's about accurately probably 3 inches. Where's my tape measure? Let's just find out. Right? Oh, just over. So yeah, just over. Yep, so that's about right. And what's weird is like the difference, I don't know how to explain it. Just that little bit right there. I'd swear that this rod right here for chatterbaits, being 6'9" over 6'6", just works that much better. But I'm finding, if you guys remember, and all the, basically all those crazy amount of rods that I've been buying from AliExpress over last winter, a little bit into this summer kind of time thing, is like insane how much I bought. But it's also how much, like, once you get, you know, as you go down in power, how the longer rods, I tend to not like those. Get in there. Get in there. I don't know, it's like something, they almost not really even whippy, they just, it's like too much length when you get too, you know, thin and not flimsy, but just less power of a rod. And so like the medium lights, some even 6'8", 6'9", but down to like a 6'6". I definitely, they had this, they do make a medium light. If you guys are like, oh, I don't like a 6'6", they do make a 7-foot medium light. And I was tempted to get that, but I'm like, no, I definitely want this. It'll be a lighter, and it does feel pretty light. Now, the plan is once they come in, hopefully they send me the right stuff. They're coming from a different, if you guys remember right, if you guys watched the Micro Monster unboxing, that was a fiasco. Wrong reel, sent me the single. So yeah, this right here, if I put a zillion on it, which I could, 15-pound test. I don't know, who thinks, raise your hand and drop a comment if you think I should try this rod right here for chatterbaits. 1/16 to half ounce, line weight 6 to 14. So half ounce chatterbaits, 14, we'll call it 15-pound test line. I'll put a little nick in it for you guys that say I shouldn't run line over what the rod's rated for, and try it. Let me fill that again. I think it'll be too soft for my liking because it's softer than the softer for sure, which it should be, but medium fate black, and it just struggles with hookup ratios over like this Carbonlite 6'9" medium heavy. So anyway, there you have it. I'm gonna keep it kind of short and sweet. Stay tuned. I did fish today and it sucked. I was doing pretty good. Got enough for a topwater video, and I did kind of shorten it because I wanted to go to like chatterbait, stuff like that. And that bite just went away. It was still there. I'd catch one here, there. Had to go from chatterbaits. I was trying a few different things, and I don't know what the difference of the day was. I would have thought it would have been a good day, because topwater bite was a little tough, but once the sun did come out, it seemed like fishing then just got, went downhill even more from there. So I don't know. I'll try to hit somewhere tomorrow probably, and then I still technically have Monday. So I don't know. We'll get out, get some fish caught. I'm still like, I'm 4 or 5 days worth of video footage to edit. That some of those days there's a couple of videos in each day. So probably what I should do is spend the rest of the weekend just going through and editing videos. Get them out there for you guys. But a lot of you guys like these kind of videos. And yes, if you can't tell by now that I have 2 of the Carbonlites, I do like this rod lineup. At some point in time, I may try, don't hold me to it. I may try to make myself like 7-foot rods. And maybe not even for like me in my little boat fishing, but like in Charles's boat or Matt's boat, who I end up fishing with those guys more than I'm fishing out of my own boat, you can kind of have more rod. It feels like you're not as bulky and taking up the space, and you have a little more room to work with. But I'm telling you right now, if I was a kayak fisherman, I do not need, like, I feel I have good quality reels, and I don't like overly long cast anyway, especially if you're in a kayak and you're kind of creeping up on the fish. You're not really putting out this big effort. I could see in especially a bigger bass boat like Matt's, where you've got a bigger trolling motor and it's on a little higher speeds, you want to make a little further away from your cast. But a lot of times seems they don't even like it. They don't seem to matter. I know back when I had my bass boat, those fish don't care. Fish that are hitting, they'll hit right at the boat, or 100 foot away. Fish that aren't going to hit 200 feet away, they're still not going to hit. I know everybody, the bigger the fish, the more line shy, the more spooky the noisiness, so a longer cast does make sense. Sneak up on them to get the lure way out there before they even realize where you're at. And there could be some truth to that, but I'm finding that I like my shorter, aiming at target cast kind of deal. Not just, I'll do it. I'll get along there. There's, rattle trap, sling that sucker along the bank as far as you can, and then come on back, when you're covering water. Same thing with whether it be some kind of square bill or some kind of, I hardly ever do that with deep divers. I have before. I don't know. I usually end up, especially undiscovered territory waters I don't know that well, I usually just end up losing more lures when I get down past that 8 to 10 foot deep cranking. I'd rather flip a jig and throw, slow down, look for stuff, maybe make a pass around, see something to go back, and then hit it like that instead of trying to just cranking along, covering water that way once you get out past that 8 or 10 feet. Now, when you're along the bank up to dirt shallow all the way down to almost 10 feet, you know, that's where some of your deeper diving square bills or your rattle traps fishing a little bit slower, or, you know, 3 bigger rattle traps, 3/4 ounces and stuff like that, or chatterbaits up in the shallower if there's any grass for sure. Or me, I'd throw the chatterbait anyway, right? So anyway, I'm gonna get out of here. Be looking forward to more videos. What else? Oh, the reels I got coming. If you guys didn't know, and then I'll end it, because I don't even think I told anybody I was getting this rod. I don't even think I mentioned it. I decided, I'm like, I'm taking a 6'6" and getting a 6'6" medium light. So anyway, that order was wrong. Still waiting on the guy, so I'll keep you guys posted. I messaged him and he said, send me a picture. So I was like, okay. I took a picture of that with the reel setting out here. There it is. Well, then he messaged me about, I'll get back with what the dealer or, you know, whatever. And I'm like, no. So I'm going to wait. Probably give him another day or whatever, but I'll probably just end up disputing it through AliExpress, and I'll either, because I guess I didn't want to keep the reel. Technically, I guess I could, but I'm definitely not paying that full price for it, for something I didn't order. It would look good on the feeling rod, and the spool would work fine, but I planned on putting a Dark Wolf Ultra on there probably. And this probably would look better than the Dark Wolf Ultra. It probably isn't going to cast quite as good. Maybe be fine though for the feeling rod, because I don't really plan on throwing that. You know, it's not my ultra light setup, and this, you know, magnetic system, braking system should be good enough for the baits I will be throwing with it. So I don't know if they want to knock off some money, I could either do that or just figure out where they want me to take this and give me a full refund. And I don't have any more of these ordered, but I did order the Solo King Acura, which is basically this reel with the dual spool ones anyway. I ordered 3 of those total, and I've got 2 more Dark Wolf Ultras, so that'll give me 6. This would have been 7 of those little cheaper, you know, reel alternatives from AliExpress to go along with the 2 zillions, and I still have the Aldebaran 22, which I know that's what I think I'm going to put on this. Well, I should put blue line on it too. I should rig it up just like this dude, because I can. Put 15 pound, run a 10 pound leader to start with. I've got another 1 or 2 of these and another one of those. Slap it on, because there ain't no doubt that reel can cast lighter stuff, and it'll cast the, you know, just however much 10 pound, but it won't hold as much. It probably won't hold enough for this. Even though this is pretty thin diameter, 15 pound braid, it probably won't hold enough. But I guess I could just fill it up and, you know, take it out and fish it and see. I'm sure it'll hold 100 feet, 120, I would think. Maybe not. I know it holds a ton of 10 pound. 10 pound braid it holds plenty of for, you know, BFS type stuff or lightweight stuff. I don't know. I'll figure it out. Give me something to think about. Thanks for watching, guys. Get out, go bass and bonsai, whatever you do. Make sure to message him. Don't send me the wrong reel. This is the second time it's happened to me. First time was the lefty that I ended up, one of you guys, a subscriber, wanted it, and so I sold it to him, and that worked out good for everybody more or less, because it got to him pretty quick compared to if he'd ordered it from AliExpress, and I don't even think you can get that reel anymore. It was the Turquoise Fox that was a green reel, and then the other green one, when it finally showed up, is the one I converted over to the Joker that Charles has now, and the Lingle. Oh yeah, well, I'm thinking of it. Charles, if you're watching this video, remind me to give you these bearings. I'm pretty sure they fit the they fit the original Black Knight or the Lingles. Those spool bearings right there, Aurora, that I don't know. They're a little noisier in stock, and I feel there's nothing wrong with the stock Lingle bearings. Those things cast real good. So anyway, I'll give them to you, Charles, because You bought all you I think own all of the lingual and the lingual variants I started with. If the lingual ever comes back out, I don't know. I'm kind of leery. Like now, if it comes out this winter and like, oh look, the lingual's back. Like, do I buy a couple and then they're gone again? And it's kind of like, can I recommend this or that? So anyway, thanks for watching, guys. Get out, go bass bonsai, but whatever you do, make sure you have fun doing it. And I got soft plastics to do something with.